Hello and welcome to Fashion Report Friday, the weekly video series trying to get you the most MGP humanly possible from the Mandeville Gold Saucer every Friday when judging begins on the Fashion Report minigame. This is week 252 and the theme is New World Navigator. The individual clues include they do nothing for your helm, a sailor's life for your body, dueling duelist for your hands, and go west for your legs. In this video, we have a 100 score, an 80 with dies, and the easiest 80 possible. Simply use the chapter function on YouTube to switch between these sections if you don't want to watch the entire video. With that being said, for 100 score, I went for the steel goggles. This is something you can obtain from low-level city-state armor vendors, such as Walter here, the NPC in the Steppes of Thal. I went to him and on his Disciple of Hand and Land tab level 30 to 39, I can get the steel goggles for 2,539 gil. Alternatives that work to this, although I'm not going to list them all because there are lots of goggles in the game, include the Plundered goggles and the Head Engineer's goggles. It's a good likelihood that all of the goggles in the game work, but of course, to test that I would need many hours, so feel free to put in the comment section if a goggle worked for you. Next then, we have the Holy Rainbow Shirt of Healing is my chosen chess piece. This is something you can get from vendors as well. You can craft this from a weaver, but in the Pillars of Ishgard, Nor Lays is an NPC there in the Jeweled Grozier. You can actually purchase this for 15,444 gil. This is obviously locked to healers, but this is a really good item, I think you'll agree. Alternatives to this item, however, do include the Sailor Shirt, the Shirt of a Divine Light / Hero, both of those, and the Holy Rainbow Shirts. So any Holy Rainbow Shirt will work realistically, as far as I know, but I went for the healing one because I was on my healer. So simply pick up whichever you wish. However, the Sailor Shirt can fetch quite a bit of gil, which is why I didn't recommend it as the main option, but it would be the better option in my opinion. For the hands then, I went for the Plague Doctor's gloves. To go with my theme of being a healer, I got these from St. Marcian's Arboretum, or Pharos Sirius hard mode, it drops in there. Alternatives to the Plague Doctor's gloves include the gloves of the Daring Duelist and the gloves of the Defiant Duelist. And also we've got the gloves of the Red Thief, the Ghost Thief and the Lost Thief, as well as the Plague Bringer's gloves as well. So all of the gloves from St. Marciani's Arboretum and Pharos Sirius hard will work for 100 this week, so just pick whichever you want to specialize your job around and you know your role, and you will be fine. Finally then, for the legs, I went for the New World Hose or Jose. These are something that you can craft with Weaver specifically, and there are no alternatives to this. So if people have cornered the market, then I'm afraid that's unfortunate. However, this isn't a really difficult craft, honestly. If you've got a weaver friend or you craft yourself, just get the materials and craft it. Anyway, the 100 score isn't too bad this week. There are some elements that might take a little bit more time than others, especially the fact that we have to do a dungeon for the glove slot. So let's move on to the 80 with dies. For the 80 with dies this week, as you can see, they're fairly expensive and not very recommended unless you already have these. For your weapon, any weapon in the game, metallic red die is your friend. And then for your helm, abyssal blue. Then you have body, legs and feet. All of those are pure white dye, which is obviously obtainable from retainer ventures and some other bits in the game, but also from the cash shop. And finally your hands, soot black dye. Not the best 80 with dies, so let's move on to the simple 80 and just get through this. So for the easiest 80 possible, this should come as no surprise. It's fairly self-explanatory if you've looked at the 100. Simply equip yourself with some steel goggles, which are obtainable from low-level city-state armor vendors such as Gwalter, as we showed earlier, as well as one of the Holy Rainbow shirts. So of course, that could be any Holy Rainbow shirt in the game for any role, any job. I specifically went again for the healing one here. Obviously, you can go for whatever you like. If you have those two items equipped and then something, it doesn't matter what, in every other slot, you will get an 80 at least guaranteed. Anyway, thank you so much for this week. Hopefully everybody enjoyed Thanksgiving if you celebrated it. And Christmas is just around the corner, so very excited for that. Much love. Enjoy the rest of your day. A link in the description will take you to the Reddit thread where this is theorized. If you're interested in supporting those people, highly advised. And I'll see you all next time. Bye-bye.